Hi everyone, welcome to the next session of Geotechnical Engineering 2. In last class, we have discussed about the what is meant by slope and what are the different type of natural slope and man-made slope, as well as we have discussed about the what is meant by finite slope and what is meant by infinite slope, and how various type of slope values occur in nature. Also, we have seen, as well as we have discussed about the various type of causes for slope failures, and we discussed about the different type of slope failures. We have discussed about the translation failure, compound failure, wedge failure, rotational failure. Now we will see the some analysis part for the stability of slope. How for constructing any slope it will be stable or unstable. Before the construction activity, we should have to measure by using some experimental investigation of geotechnical experiments as well as some analytics. If you observe here, this is the one of the slope. If you see here, this slope having inclination of certain angle, as well as if you observe here, the black line indicates the slope of the soil mass, as well as the top portion of the line indicates the crest of the soil mass. Already we have discussed, and the bottom one is the toe of the soil mass. If you see in this diagram, some portion of the soil mass acting in this direction, that means the weight of the soil above the slope will cause some sliding force into the slope of the soil mass. Again, there is having some shear strength to the soil. Due to shear strength, soil will resist the various type of external forces as well as internal forces. If you observe here in this direction, the soil will resist the upward forces. That means the sliding mass acting on the soil mass will be resisting by the what is the various type of soil shear strength will resist this upward external force. And if you observe here in this diagram, in general we have driving force as well as resisting force. Driving force is nothing but weight of slope. That means here we are having the soil mass. The soil mass is acting in downward direction. That downward direction soil mass causing on the slope, it will be called as a weight of slope. This weight of slope will give the driving force. That means will act the load. And again, if you see the downward direction in downside, we are having the strength of the soil along the slip surface or along the failure surface. If you observe here, this is the failure surface or slip surface. In failure surface as well as in slip surface, we are having the shear strength of the soil. Shear strength already we are discussed. Shear strength is nothing but maximum resistance to shear stresses just before the failure. That means I am taking certain amount of soil and I am applying certain load. Due to this load, the soil will may get failure. For how much amount of load the soil get failure, that condition it will be called as a shear strength. And here you will see the stability. In slope stability, first we are going to discussing or deriving various type of equations. First we should need to know about the factor of safety. In general condition, we will discuss what is meant by factor of safety. If you observe here in slope stability analysis, we determine the factor of safety as the ratio of resisting force to the driving force or shearing strength to the shearing stresses. If you observe here, where factor of safety Fs equal to resisting force divided by driving force, or shear strength of the soil mass to the shear stress of the soil mass. If you take here, this is the natural slope and this is the one of the slope, and here the weight of the soil mass will act in downward direction. Due to this weight of the soil mass, the failure of the slope it will may happen. The soil having cohesion as well as internal friction. Due to cohesion and angle of internal friction, the soil will have the strength to resist the slope failure. Here it is the factor of safety, resisting force divided by driving force. Resisting force is nothing but shear strength of the soil, and driving force is nothing but shear stress of the soil mass. That means weight of the soil mass will lead to the failure. In subsequent slide, we will see in detail about the factor of safety. And if you see here, theoretically any slope, it may be stable or unstable, we can determine by using the factor of safety. That means factor of safety, already we have written factor of safety Fs equal to tau f divided by tau d. That means whereas tau f is the shear strength of the soil, soil will get strength due to the cohesion as well as internal friction of angle. And if you see the tau d, where tau d is the slope failure causing agent, the slope will cause failure in the failure direction. That means some failure force acting on the failure zone, that is the shear stresses. We will see in subsequently. Here what I am explaining means factor of safety. If you check the shear strength to the shear stress, you are getting the value of soil mass as factor of safety 1 or less than 1 or greater than 1. Based on the factor of safety of condition, we can say whether the soil is stable or unstable. If you see here, I am getting the factor of safety of the soil mass by substituting the shear strength of the soil mass to the shear stress of the soil mass. If I am getting factor of safety of the soil equal to 1, that means the slope is in state of imminent to the failure. That means the slope is in condition to failure. Whereas if you got the factor of safety value FOS is greater than 1, that means the slope is stable. The slope won't failure. As well as if the factor of safety of the soil mass equal to less than equal to 1, that means the slope is unstable. That means the shear strength of the soil will be less than the shearing forces acting on the slope. Based on these conditions, we can say that the slope is either may stable or unstable. In later classes, we will see the subsequent analysis. And here it is the analysis of slopes and factor of safety. The factor of safety is classified into different types based on shear strength of the soil, as well as based on the cohesion of the soil mass, as well as based on the angle of interflexion of the soil mass. We will derive in this equation. If you observe this definition of factor of safety of a slope is defined as the ratio of average shear strength tau f of a soil to the average shear stress developed along the potential failure surface. That means already we have discussed, this is the some type of slope. Here this is the slope failure acting like this, and the indication what I am representing, it indicates the weight of the soil mass acting on the slope to get failure. Whereas from in this direction, soil having shear strength to resist that force. Based on this condition, we are deriving the factor of safety, as well as we can say that the slope is either may stable or unstable. If you observe here, definition of the factor of safety equal to tau f divided by tau d, where tau f is the shear stress and tau d is the shearing resistance in failure zone. That means in failure zone, what are the various type of shearing forces acting on the slope. Now we will derive these equations. And if you see here, factor of safety of the soil mass FOS equal to tau f divided by tau d. Tau f divided by tau d, where tau f is the shear strength of the soil mass. Already we have discussed about the shear strength. Shear strength is the maximum resistance to shear stresses just before the soil. Soil will get the strength due to the cohesion as well as angle of internal friction. If you take the C5 soils, for C5 soils will get the soil strength based on both of the cohesion as well as angle of interflexion. If you take the sandy soil will have strength only due to the angle of internal friction. If you take the clayey soil will derive the strength only due to the molecular internal forces between the particles. From the shear strength, already I know the term, where shear strength tau f equal to C plus sigma n into tan phi. This is the shear strength of the soil mass, where C is the cohesion of the soil mass and sigma n is the sigma n bar or sigma n is the effective stress acting on the soil mass, and tan phi is the angle of interflexion of the soil mass. And if you see here, again from shear strength to shear stresses are nothing but the forces which are acting on the failure zone. That means here this is the slope. In this slope, the downward direction, some forces it will may act, which leads this slope to failure. That slope failures also we are deriving here. That means shearing resistance or shearing stress is equal to, we are indicating it as Cm plus sigma n bar into tan phi. If you observe here, for shear strength of the soil, tau f by tau d equal to C plus sigma n bar into tan phi, where C is the coefficient of the soil mass, sigma n bar is the effective stress, and phi is the angle of internal friction. If you see the shear stresses, for shear stress we are having the formula of Cm plus sigma n bar into tan phi. That is the shearing stresses acting in the sloping failure. Already we have discussed that if factor of safety is equal to 1, that means the soil condition is in state of failure. If the factor of safety is greater than 1, that means the slope is stable. Already we have discussed about the finite slope and infinite slope. Finite slopes are the nothing but railway formations, embankments, canals, leaves. All these slopes, it will be stable or unstable. We can derive by using this factor of safety formula. We collect the soil from that embankment. We'll check the C and phi value by using the direct shear test. After conducting of this direct shear test, we will get this tau f value. As well as tau d also we can derive by using application of the load. Based on these two conditions, if you substitute the tau f value and tau d value, you will get particular value. Based on that particular value, we can say that this slope may be stable or unstable, or it is in condition of failure. And if you see here, what I am doing means, I am bringing this safety. We are having shear strength to the shear stress of the soil mass, where shear strength is the resistance to shear stresses. The shear strength will may get by using both the cohesion as well as angle of internal friction. If you observe here, shear strength of F equal to C plus sigma n bar into tan phi, where C is the cohesion of the soil mass and the sigma n bar is the effective normal stress, and tan phi is the angle of interfriction of the sand will get strength, and where tau d is the driving force or shearing stresses. Shearing stress also we are deriving in terms of mobilized cohesion as well as mobilized angle of internal friction. If you check here, again factor of safety equal to C plus sigma n bar into tan phi divided by Cm plus sigma n bar into tan phi. I am substituting both cohesion as well as in angle of interfriction in separate terms. If you observe here, I am bringing this mobilized shear resistance this side and factor of safety to the denominator side. That means Cm equal to sigma n bar into tan phi m equal to C plus sigma n bar into tan phi divided by factor of safety. Now I am dividing the both cohesion terms as well as both angle of internal friction terms. If you check here, Cm equal to C divided by Fs. That means mobilized cohesion Cm equal to cohesion of the soil mass divided by factor of safety of the soil mass. Again I am substituting this factor of safety to the left side and I am bringing that Cm mobilized cohesion to the right side of the denominator. If you check here, where Fs equal to C divided by Cm, that means factor of safety with respect to the cohesion. Factor of safety with respect to cohesion, we are defined it as cohesion to the mobilized cohesion of the soil mass. Again, if you come to the second side, that means shear strength in terms of angle of interfriction. Again, we are having sigma n bar into tan phi m equal to sigma n bar into tan phi divided by factor of safety. From this term only we are taking in this condition. Again, sigma n bar equal to tan phi m equal to sigma n bar into tan phi divided by Fs. Finally, we want to conclude in terms of angle of internal friction. What I am doing, both left side and right side, I am cancelling the normal effective stress. By cancelling this, I am getting the term as tan phi m equal to tan phi divided by factor of safety. Now I want to calculate the factor of safety with respect to the angle of internal friction as well as mobilized angle of internal friction. If you check here, factor of safety equal to tan phi divided by tan phi m. Again, I am tan I am cancelling. I am getting the factor of safety with respect to the mobilized angle of interflexion. That means factor of safety FOS with respect to the angle of interflexion equal to phi divided by phi m, where phi is the angle of internal flexion of the soil mass. We can get it from conducting the experiment such as triangle shear test or vein shear test, or direct shear test, where phi m is the mobilized angle of interflexion. That means the shearing force we are acting on the soil mass. Based on these conditions, by using factor of safety, we can determine whether the soil mass is stable or unstable, or it is in state of failure. If you see here what we have written in the board, again we will check here in the written form. If you observe here, this where Fs is the factor of safety. The shear strength we can represent in some textbook as tau f. In some textbook they are representing as S. You can write both S or tau. If you observe here, S divided by tau, where shear strength equal to C dash plus sigma dash into tan phi dash. That is the shear strength of the soil mass. And tau is the shearing resistance of the soil mass. If you observe here, where Fs is the factor of safety with respect to the shear strength, and where Fc is the factor of safety with respect to cohesion. Already we have discussed about the factor of safety with respect to cohesion, C divided by Cm, and where Fh is the factor of safety with respect to the height. The factor of safety with respect to height, it will be called as a critical height. We can derive this critical height in infinite slopes of corrosive soil. We will see in later classes. Again, if you see the factor of safety with respect to the mobilized angle of interflexion, already we have discussed about the factor of safety with respect to flexion phi to the phi m. That means angle of interflexion to the mobilized angle of interflexion, where Cm is the mobilized cohesion and phi m is the mobilized angle of friction, and tau is the average value of mobilized shearing strength. That means due to force, how the cohesion and angle of internal friction get reduced. And that is, it will be called as a average value of shearing resistance. And where S is the maximum shearing strength of the soil mass. By using this factor of safety, we can derive the slope may be stable or unstable. Again, I am repeating one more time. Based on this factor of safety, we can find out whether the slope is stable or unstable, or it may be in state of in condition of imminent to failure, by conducting or knowing the values of C and angle of intersection phi values. It will be greater than 1, that means slope is stable. If it is less than 1, that means the slope is unstable. And if it is equal to 1, in state of condition of failure condition. These are the different types of terminology, factor of safety with respect to the shear strength. Okay. Up to now we have discussed about the factor of safety with respect to shear strength. Later classes we will do how we are deriving the shear strength of the soil mass. Okay. Thank you. If you see this again, I am kept in this PPT. Again, one more time we will explain here. Shear strength of the soil is given by using this equation. That means shear strength of the soil equal to tau, where tau f equal to C plus sigma into tan phi. This C, sigma, tan phi we are getting from the experimentation of direct shear test, and where C is the cohesion and phi is the angle of intersection of the soil mass, and sigma is the normal stress on the potential failure surface. Similarly, the mobilized shear strength also is given by this equation. Already this term also we have discussed. Mobilized shear resistance. That means in the failure zone, how this cohesion and angle of internal friction will get varying. Also we are calculating by using this formula, where CD and phi d are the cohesion and angle of interflexion of the failure zone. See, factor of safety Fs equal to C plus sigma n tan phi divided by CD plus sigma n tan phi. Already we have derived this. Again, if you see factor of safety Fs equal to C divided by CD, that means cohesion to the mobilized cohesion, and factor of safety with respect to friction Fi equal to tan phi to the tan phi d, where phi is the angle of intersection, tan phi d is the mobilized angle of shearing resistance. If you observe here, where Fs equal to Fc equal to F5, that means where Fs is the factor of safety with respect to shear strength, Fc is the factor of safety with respect to cohesion, and Fi is the factor of safety with respect to the angle of intersection. If you see here Fs equal to 1, then the slope is said to be in state of failure. That means if you get the value of factor of safety as 1, the slope maybe leads to failure. It is not going to failure. It is not in failure condition. Maybe it is going to in failure condition. Based on this factor of safety, we are getting the different type of slopes. Okay. Next we will see the what is meant by finite slope, what is meant by infinite slope. Based on finite slope and infinite slope, how the slope is stable or unstable, we will see in our subsequent lectures. Now again I will summarize one more time. Here we have checked the factor of safety of the soil mass with respect to the shear strength, as well as we have discussed about the what is meant by shear strength and what is meant by shear stresses, as well as we have discussed about the factor of safety of the soil mass with respect to the coefficient, as well as we have discussed about the factor of safety of the soil mass in terms of angle of internal friction. Angle of internal friction. Up to now, these are the conclusions for your topic. Next class we will see in other subsequent lectures. Thank you.